Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. Taking thought beyond that which it has been before. Yes. You know what you are wanting. Yes. Are you enjoying the evolution of your own desire? Yes. Do you think that your beliefs are keeping up with your desire pretty well? Well, if they are, then your desires are manifesting. Boom, 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 boom. But if you've got some sluggish things, some things that you've wanted for a while that aren't coming about quite as quickly as you would like them to, then what that always means is that you have some resistance in your mix. And your mix matters. Your mix is your mix of desires and beliefs. It's your mix of desires and expectations. What it really is your mix of vibration, because this is a vibrational universe. You are a vibrational being. You are transmitting and receiving vibrations, and law of attraction is responding to those vibrations, and that's how it all works. So if you have desires that are not coming about, it is really for only one reason. It's because the vibration of your thought isn't consistent. You want it, but you have an idea of something that you want, but the reality of where you stand has too much of your attention. And that usually is what trips you up more than all other things put together, is that you are enamored, and we get why. This now reality, ooh, it's so rich. Your physical senses make it that way, don't they? Your physical senses make it possible for you to see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it, and so it feels like it is the reality that deserves your attention. And of course it's natural that it has your attention, and if it is a reality that is pleasing you, then give your attention to it. But if there are things about it that you're complaining about, your attention upon what you don't like, your attention upon the part of what is that is unsatisfying to you, is what keeps you in a vibrational holding pattern that causes you to not let in what would be coming in if you weren't doing that thing you're doing that's not letting it in. It's natural that you desire and that your desires manifest. It is natural that the momentum of your desire grow and grow and grow and manifest. But if there is momentum about desire and then momentum about contradictory belief, then you've got yourself all bogged up, and you can feel the sluggishness, you can feel the slowdown. It's always accompanied with negative emotion. Negative emotion always means that that's what you've got going on. Yes. So have you been listening to us for a while? You feel like you've got a pretty good handle on law of attraction and who you are? Then we're going to jump right in to talking directly with you about what matters to you. And as we do, we'll be able to feel if you aren't up to speed somewhere, and don't worry about us, we will wedge our message in the crack. We'll make sure that we give you, through the conversation that is flowing here, everything that you're looking for. But your readiness for it, meaning your expectation about it, meaning you being a cooperative component to your own asking, is important. So these are some things we would suggest. Chill out. There's nothing serious going on here, and you're gonna get it. It is our promise to you. So just relax and let it wash over you, because we know where you are in relationship to what you want to know, and so it will unfold in a way that you will understand better than ever before. Also, if someone is in the hot seat who is annoying you, that's not good for you. But don't ask them to be less annoying, because in some cases we've chosen them just for that reason. Because they stir up in you your own questions. In other words, many times they speak for you. So stop pretending like you know more than they do, and just let what happens here on this platform serve you in the way we promise you that it will. What do you want to talk about? Ooh, that was fast, wasn't it? All right. Don't worry if you're far away. We've got you. So now, where are you?
So, from what you said, it seems to me that step 3, that even in step 3, nothing is necessary. Processes aren't necessary. There isn't anything required.
Well, in all of it, let us be clear. You create your own reality, and you do it through thought. So you did step 1 by thinking, and your inner being is doing step 2 by thinking, and step 3 is a thinking process too. But what we've noticed about so many of you is that when you go to think about something, you can't go far beyond where you have been thinking about it, because that's where the momentum of the thought is. So that's why, if you can accept that step 1 and step 3 are separate thinking projects, and that the step 1 part of it, you could consider it done, and if you would just put the emphasis upon how you feel, in other words, the thought comes first and then the feeling comes next. Let's be clear about that. But caring about how you feel and then guiding your thoughts accordingly is a really helpful thing. So let's say you did meditate and you managed to quiet your mind. We can talk more about that if you want to in a little bit. And in quieting your mind, you allowed your vibration to rise, and when your vibration rose, you were vibrationally equivalent, and so impulses and thoughts began to occur to you that, as you followed them, paid off. You started to rendezvous. You started to actually witness your desire becoming more and more vivid in your experience. You're having more fun, and the manifestations are coming into your experience. And so the thoughts are coming, and they feel satisfying when they come. After meditation and after those satisfying moments directly following, now you're back out into your day. And if you're like most people, you are better prepared for this day than you have been in a while, because you did clear your vibration, and your vibration is higher, which means you'll be more aware when it dips, if it dips, and it usually does. But your knee-jerk reactions will be more in your control, because at the very beginning of something that happens, you'll have a clearer vantage point where you could ask yourself the question, is this a satisfying train of thought that I'm embarking upon? And if it isn't, then since it just got started, it would be rather easy for you to pivot, then to choose something else to think about. Jerry always told the story about the log in the fireplace that put a spark on his beautiful sweater, and if he brushed it off instantly, no problem. But if he didn't notice it and he allowed it to be there for a minute, it would burn a hole in the sweater. And it's the same sort of idea, is that if you flick the thought off by redirecting your thoughts to something that's more satisfying, then the momentum of that thought, if you don't renew it, those 20-year-old or 10-minute-old, it doesn't matter how, grievances that are in the way of what you want will dissipate into nothingness. Because, and here's the point we really want you to hear, because your inner being, who is the bigger part of you, the vastly bigger part of you, never gets hold of one of those and offers any vibration about it. And in fact, that's the very reason that you feel negative emotion at all. In other words, you feel satisfaction when you're flowing with what your inner being knows about this and this and this and this and this, and you feel dissatisfaction when you move in opposition to what your inner being knows about this and this and this and this and this. So your inner being knows your worthiness. When you think otherwise, you feel unsatisfied. Your inner being knows your potential. When you think otherwise, you feel your dissatisfaction. It's a very clear and easy to understand process of guidance, so simple that most of you want it to be more complicated for it to really be valid for you.
Yeah, so that's like, it's like feeling, or I don't surf, but I'd imagine surfing, you can feel where to go with it, which is almost intuitive, or I don't know, common.
Well, with surfing, let's see if we can dovetail that analogy into this. There is an inevitable wave that is doing its thing. What you really desire, it's doing its thing. And you're right, you want to position yourself. Esther sat for a whole morning at the beach in San Diego not too long ago and watched surfers. And Some of them were more proficient than others. Some of them were beginners. But what she learned just by watching them in those few hours that she watched was that the ones that were really successful at it understood that the wave was coming, and they were willing to wait for it. But they didn't just wait for the wave to pick them up and carry them. They positioned themselves so that they were in vibrational sync with the wave. In other words, if they had no momentum going at all, the wave just washed over them, tumbled them off their board, and it was not fun at all. But when they knew it was coming and they got on their board and they began moving in the direction of the wave at the approximate speed of the wave, when the wave came, they were up to speed with the wave, and they stood up on their board and they had a really nice ride. And this is, you're right, a similar sort of thing. You're positioning yourself in the vibrational wave by being up to speed with it and aware of it, so that when it comes, you receive it and off you go for the fun that it provides.
Yeah.
We like that analogy.
Yeah, that's great. Well, so unless my second question, which you probably know, is going to be useful, I won't ask it.
We appreciated the conversation we just had,
Yeah.
and we think you know what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.